Hello, Bliss Yogis, wherever you are in the world today. Welcome once again to another episode of Bliss TV here at Bliss Yoga Studios in Monroe, Washington. I am Olaf, the disembodied voice, but I'll be joining you shortly for another Vinyasa class, most wonderful series of asana to really explore both sides of your yin and your yang practice. At the end, we'll have a short guided meditation. So get ready, grab your stuff, set up your mat, and let's get started. Bliss Yogis, welcome once again. It's so good to see you here on our Bliss TV episode of Yinyasa. It's so much fun to do this and be able to share this practice with everyone because it is a marvelous combination of two different styles of yoga, yin and yang, in a Vinyasa and a yin practice. And we're going to do both, and we're going to talk a lot back and forth about how some postures are yin and some postures are yang. And we'll talk about the effects on your body in both of those situations. And so let's get started by coming down onto the mat. Now, as you come down onto the mat, set yourself up. Make sure that you have whatever equipment you want to around you to do this practice. Now, you notice I have a block and a pillow, a long bolster, and a strap, and some hydration. Also have a couple of towels. Now, I might not use everything here, but it's always nice to have it at my beck and call. The pillow, for example, can always replace the block if you don't have one. The long pillow uses it as a bolster when you're doing some of our deeper stretches. So there's all kinds of things you can do. And so as you come down onto your mat, stretch your hands forward towards the front of your mat. Now as you do this, we activate this child's pose, this balasana. And so as you bring yourself forward, really leave those forearms up off the mat. Begin to bring your hips down towards your heels. Now, if you have creaky knees and creaky hips, like a lot of us do these days, then you can always take your block and place it between your legs and come down on that. That takes the stress off of those joints, but allows you to send your spine to the back of the room. We call this flossing your spine. We're going to talk a lot about fixation today and how things get stuck in our bodies. And yin and yang yoga are the most wonderful ways to get unstuck. So as I take this block out from underneath, I'm going to stretch forward. Really begin to feel the shoulder blades, right? Up towards the shoulders, normally fairly tight. Now let's drop your head down to the mat. And as you do, rest your forehead on the mat and let your body sink. Now, people say, but I don't feel anything. So I want you to do a little experiment. I want you to focus on your nose. Can you feel it? Is there a twitch? Is there an itch? Can you feel it maybe with a little bit of a heartbeat in it? If you smush it onto the floor, can you feel it then? So it's really funny when people say, I don't feel anything, because that's all you do, is feel everything. And so feel this. As you stretch your hands forward and sink your hips down to the floor. Enjoy. Let that spine go. The lower spine fixates. Now all of our body fixates. And what fixation is similar to the vacuum when you put a glass of water on a coaster. And once that water squeezes out of the sides and the bottom, it sticks to the coaster. That's called fixation. The only way to get it off is to peel one side away and peel it away from that surface. And so I want you to imagine peeling your spine away from your sacrum, that big patch of white mass fascia. Just slide it side to side, feel it warming up. Now as you feel it warming up, you want to think of yourself as a sponge. As a matter of fact, your whole body is a sponge. And this sponge is filled with water. Now, if this water becomes like butter, then it gets hard to move, hard to flex. So if we bring motion to this spine, it begins to melt, and we can feel the fluids once again in our body. Now from here, I want you to try something. Just bring your forehead down and massage your head back and forth on the mat. We're going to bring some consciousness into our practice before we begin our Vinyasa portion. And as you roll your head side to side, feel the neck and the shoulders loosen. And as they loosen, taking that into your shoulder blades again, setting your hips down one more time, reach forward with your fingers now. Hold yourself up over the top of your wrists as your heels lift up towards the ceiling. Now as they come up towards the ceiling, looking up towards the sky, tuck your elbows in just a little bit, lift your heels up. Now let your hips drop down. There you go. Let them loose. Look up, stretch up. Now if you want to work a little bit of upper body, come down halfway and hold. This is called crocodile. Hold it here. Arms parallel with your back. And squeeze it back up. Lift up the head, lift up the heels, let the hips drop. Then lower it back down, hold it here. Squeeze the triceps, squeeze the biceps. And push it back up, hold it here. Lift your heels. Lift your head, drop your hips, tuck in the elbows, lower down halfway and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push yourself back up and then lean back into that child's pose. Maybe taking your knees out just a little bit wider out to the sides, sinking your hips down even farther, reaching your hands forward, activating your child's pose. Remembering your breath as you breathe in and out through the nose with that ujjayi breath. Serenity and calm and grip and pull and lift and drop. Let the hips down. Lift the heels up. Lift the head up. Tuck the elbows in. Here we go. Down halfway and hold. Push it back up. Down halfway and hold. Push it back up. One last time. Down halfway, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push it all the way back up. Sink back down into those hips. Up. Yes. Now you can feel that fixation in your sacrum beginning to loosen up a little bit. You can feel your back beginning to let go. Let's nurture that feeling through the rest of our practice. And then from here, come on up into a tabletop. Now we're going to work a little bit of core in our tabletop. I love to do this because it really fires up your solar plexus. And this is where your prana lives. This is where your chi is, right? It's where our energy factor is. Apparently I have a lot of energy these days. And so, lifting up the navel, we're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. But of course it's my class, so we're going to add a little bit of energy, and we're going to call this bull and lion. So this is how this works. First, bull. Drop your chin, point your bull horns forward towards the front of the room. Round your shoulders, feel the strength, and then begin to pull your navel up towards your spine. Squeeze it up there as tightly as you can. Then curl your toes underneath and lift that bull 2 inches up off the mat. Yes, here we are in beast mode. One more time. So let's get into the beast of the lion as you lift your head up. Shake that mane out a little bit. Maybe wag that lion's tail. Then take a deep inhale in. Exhale out a lion's breath. Roar! And then let's pull it out one more time. Drop your horns forward. Round your shoulders. Squeeze the navel up towards your spine. And then one more line as you let down. Lift your proud head up. Pop that proud chest forward. Maybe shake that lion's mane a little bit. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale out. Roar! And then poke it up into a downward facing dog. Oh yes. Here we are. Pedal out the legs. Back and forth. towards your thighs. Let your head drop down between your shoulders. Now, Monroe, Washington is a mountain town. And so this is going to be a mountain dog. So I want you to lift your heels as high as you can up into the air. And as you do, feel those calves begin to flex. And as you lift those heels high into the air, press your chest back towards your thighs. I want you to slowly let your heels come down towards the mat. Let this take a while. Begin to feel. It's not a requirement that your heels hit the floor, really. But it is kind of a requirement that you feel those heels and those Achilles tendons and the calves and the back of your knees and your hamstrings and your glutes and up over the top as you press your chest back towards your thigh and drop your head down even farther between your shoulders. Let everything slide off your back. And from here, lift that right leg high into the air. Stretch it nice and long. And then, as you do, keep the weight equally distributed in both hands. So here we are, three-legged dog or half scorpion. As you allow your right heel to come towards your left shoulder, again, weight is equal in both hands. The rotation comes at the hip. As you take that knee high, take that foot over towards your shoulder. Now, notice that the left heel comes up a little bit. So let's work that left calf. So lift up your left calf, lower it back down. Lift up your left calf, lower down that heel. Now lift it up one more time, lower it back down, stretch your leg long, come on through. Now this posture is called lizard, and it is a yang-yin posture, in that we are both stretching muscles and fascia. And the way this works is you just take your foot over to the side of the mat. My knee is down on the left side. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like, you can bring it down a little lower onto your elbows. The hip flexor gets that work, and all the fascia that's connecting your hip to the ball and socket, your leg, all of that is receiving your attention right now. So in yin, we traditionally hold postures for up to 5 minutes. In this modulated, regulated form of yin, where we have to take it a little bit faster, we'll only stay here for a few moments. And as you breathe into this, begin to feel the yin aspect. There's going to be a place called the rebound. You're going to start to feel this, and you're going to be a little bit anxious because it's continuing to open and stretch, especially in your hips. But that excruciating pain is not going to come because you're not going to go there. As you feel this, you begin to feel the opening. As you feel the opening, there is the rebound. As your fascia stretches, it makes space. And the fascia really doesn't stretch, it just gives. So let it give one more time. Then walk your hands back up, roll yourself back into an Ardha Vinyasa. Now here's a good place for the block as well. You can always tuck it underneath your leg and then just come low. If you'd rather, you can just come down, flip your left knee out to the side. And as you flip that left knee out to the side, you can come down square on your leg. Now those of you who can do the splits, your leg is all the way behind you. And then begin to stretch your chin forward over the top of your leg. This is just going to open up our legs a little bit so that when we do our flow, we'll have a nice muscular stretch. And as you come down, keeping that chin up, keep that chin up, keep that chin up. When you can't take it anymore, just drop your head down. Let it come down all the way as far as it wants to go. Just come into it and feel it. Breathe into it. Just a few moments. Feel the stretch. So nice. allow these things to happen. You feel how yin works. You know how yang works and how the muscles flex and stretch and fill with fluid. But now you feel the interconnectedness of everything. Not just your muscles, but your ligaments, your tendons, your connective tissue. Everything is all interconnected. And you stretch, and as it gives, and as it rebounds, you feel that interconnectedness. And come on back up. Take your hands on the inside, walk yourself back up onto your knee. Find yourself here. From this position right here, give yourself a nice, easy stretch. Lift up towards the ceiling. Maybe if you want to, you can reach behind you for your foot. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Now, this is where I talk about stacking your joints. Your shoulder, your elbow, your wrist, all in one straight line. Nice, solid platform, so that when you lift that left knee up off the mat, you have that stability. Then you get yourself a little bit of a bigger twist. And now from here, if you like, once you find yourself stable, you can take that right foot back towards your left, lift up, 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 and come into a side plank. And you can hold the side plank, come forward, lift your foot up off the floor, or if you want, you can even flip your dog. And come back down, find your mat, tuck your elbows in. We're going to come down into a little baby cobra. So lower down halfway, lower down all the way. Let me fix my mat. Now, here we go. Little baby cobra. Lift up your chin, tuck your arms behind you, take your hands as low down your rib cage as you can, maybe even listen off the floor. Hold it here, breathing all the while, and then let it go. Push yourself up either into a tabletop or up into a plank. Hold it here, and then let's pop that back up into that downward facing dog. Pedal out those legs, back and forth. Breathing all the while. Then lift that left leg high in the air. Keep that weight equally distributed in both hands. Then begin to curl, open at the hip. Take your left foot towards your right shoulder. Hold it there. And lift your knee up a little bit. Feel the stretch in your hip. Right there, maybe even your psoas. Feeling the stretch inside. And then let's work that right calf. So lift up your right heel, lower it back down. Lift up your right heel, lower it back down. Lift up your right heel, lower it back down. Here we go, lizard on the other side. So step it through, walk your foot over, try not to roll over onto the side of your foot. Keep it as flat as you can. And then from here, stretch into it. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you come all the way down. And again, this is yin, in that we are releasing the tension in the fascia. And it is yang for sure, because we are stretching those muscles. In yin, we let things happen. In yang, we make things happen. That's why when we flow, we use our muscles to flow through. But when we're in a yin posture, you're fairly stationary for a while. And you let things happen. And so just hold it here. Feel the release. Everything's letting go. And then take your hand, push yourself back up. Here we go, Ardha Vinyasa. Again, the block is available for you, and then just lean back into it. Stay here if you want. Spin that right knee out to the side. Maybe you go into splits, and then stretch your chin forward. Feel the hamstring on the floor if that's where you got it. If you're up on the block, you can still feel it. And as you feel the length of it, keep that chin up. Stretch forward. Maybe begin to walk your hands down towards your ankle. Keeping the chin up allows you to lengthen your spine rather than rounding forward. You allow yourself no stretch that way. You're just rounding your back. But if you take your chin forward, you can feel the length of your spine expand ever so slightly. And as you do, slowly, when you can't take it anymore, and you really know that you can take it as long as you need to, you just drop your forehead down towards your knee. Feel the rebound all the way along the bottom of your leg. Feel this in your hip flexors. Feel it everywhere you can feel it, because that is what this practice is all about. We call it the yoga parfait. It's got so many layers to it, all of them good, but many of them different from each other. The top layer, your Vinyasa, your flow, the middle layer, your yin practice, and then finally, just a little bit of sweetness at the bottom with a guided meditation. So come on back up, take those hands on the inside, right here, and then let's try that side twist one more time. Watch yourself stacking your joints all the way up and down. Hold yourself here, feel that rotation, that fixation right there. Lift it up. And then from here, lift that knee up off the floor. Maybe reach behind you, grab your foot, variation of the sort. And we come up, find a nice stable spot, lift up, and then slide that left back. Hold it here, reach forward maybe. Lift that leg up, take it behind you. Rotate back to the mat, find your plank, tuck in your elbows. Here we go, chaturanga number one. Lower down halfway, lower down all the way, upward facing dog. Here we go, toe flip, downward facing dog. Pedal out those legs, back and forth, back and forth. Yes indeed. Here we go. So as we begin, lift that right leg high into the air. Then take your right knee to your right elbow, tap it, set it long. Now listen carefully. Take that knee up into your nose, tuck it in. Then take that right knee over to your left elbow, tap it, right elbow, tap it, stretch it long. One more time. Take that knee to your nose, tuck it in, step it through, lift up, 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 into a crescent lunge. Now from crescent lunge, remember we call this rooting to rise. So you're going to stick that tree trunk of a body into the ground, right? Nice round, smush. Then lifting the arms up into the air, roll the shoulders back, tuck the pinkies in, sink it down one more time. Sink it down one more time. Hold it here. Breathe into this. And then launch forward in the warrior three. Now, lift that heel high. Stretch those arms long. Find your focus. Find your balance. Then try a half move. Doesn't matter if it's pretty. It matters that you're trying to do it. And then slowly find that warrior two. Right here, hold it here. Now, note that my shoulders are square to my hips. I am sinking down. I'm going to step that back foot out. That front foot goes much farther forward. Sink into the hips. Straighten out that back leg. There you go. Sculpt this posture. Then flip your palm. Reverse your warrior. Come on up and begin to stretch those intercostal muscles. Lift them up, up, up. Then, if you like, straighten that front leg. Maybe a little extra mojo for this reverse warrior. Extended reverse warrior. And then, here we go. Cartwheel those hands down and up. And as you lift up, we first come into side angle. Now, traditional side angle. You can bend the knee or you can keep it straight. Take your hand forward towards the front of your room. And then take the bottom arm up towards the front of the room. Take your chin to your shoulder. Hold it here. Squeeze that core if you want, flex that knee if you want. Hold and squeeze and breathe. Then reverse your warrior. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Shoot that right leg high. Come over the top. Bend the elbows. Lower down halfway. Lower down all the way. Upward facing dog. Toe flip. Downward facing dog. Paddle out those legs a little bit. Back and forth. Back and forth. It feels so good to move, doesn't it? And as you lift those heels up and lower them back down, maybe floss your spine a little bit more. Yes, indeed. Then, take that left leg high. Tuck your knee into your nose. Then the left knee taps your left elbow. Stretch it long. Here we go once again. Tuck your knee to your nose. Then take it over to your right elbow, tap it. Left elbow, tap it. Stretch it long. Then one more time. Tuck it in. Step it through. Rise up. Come on up. All the way up. Yes, that's a big tree. Pull, pull, pull. And then lift up into the air. Root to rise once again. And as you feel yourself lifting up, roll those shoulders back, stretch those arms up into the air, sink your body down. Oh yeah. Breathe into it. Yes, indeed. And then launch yourself forward. Lift yourself into that warrior three. Hold it there. Open up into a half moon. Stretch that back leg out. Take that front foot forward. Sculpt your posture. Feel yourself come down. And then here we go. Shoulders over hips to start. Flip your palm. Reach. Lift up that weight up towards the ceiling. Stretch out that rib cage. And then straighten out front leg if you like. Feel this open up even more. And then let's take it down. Hand down. Bend the knee if you like. Keep it straight if you like. Up towards the sky at first. Then take that top hand forward. Take that lower hand forward. Bend the knee or not. Take your chin to your shoulder. Stretch it forward. Feel this posture come through your whole body. And then reverse your warrior. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Stretch that left leg long. Bring yourself over your wrist. Lower down halfway. Lower down all the way. Upward facing dog. Flip. Downward facing dog. Pull out those legs a little bit. And then come on down. Have a seat. A little bit of hydration for a moment. It's always good to feel the fluids flowing in your body. So let's add a little bit more. Mazel tov. That is my friend from the Junior Jewish Mafia who said, can't wait to see you guys again. I can't wait to see everyone again. It's going to happen soon. So here we go. As we come into this last little bit of yin and yang, we're going to do a little bit of a flow. We're really going to move through this because I want you to feel your breath and the movement of a vinyasa as a moving meditation. So come on back down. Start in that tabletop at first, then lift up into that downward facing dog. Take that right leg high. Take your knee to your elbow, maybe even try a kapata. Stretch it back. Take that knee to your nose, step it through, crescent lunge. Once again, find it, reach up, roll back, sink down. And as you sink into this, feel the strength. Then, as you lower down, lower down, lower down, take that left hand down. And rotate halfway. Open up. If you want to lift the leg up, go for it. Leave it down. Squeeze this reverse twist. Bring your hands back. Come on, back up. Open it up. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat, kick that heel high, lower down halfway, lower down all the way, upward facing dog, chaturanga, downward facing dog. Then, here we go. Left leg high. Take it over to your elbow. Maybe try a kapata. Stretch it out. And as you do, step it through. Come on up. Crescent lunge. Sink it down. Hold it here. Roll it back. Open up. Squeeze down. Reach high. Fingers in. And take that right hand down to the mat. Stretch open the other way. Look up towards the ceiling. If you want to lift the leg, go ahead. Rotate back. Lift back up. Hold it here. Open up. Warrior two. Reverse that warrior. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Kick that leg high. Lower down halfway. All the way. Chaturanga. Whoa. We're facing dog. Toe foot. Downward facing dog. Pedal out those legs. Back and forth. Back and forth. And then come on down. Now, I'm going to spin to face you all, but you can stay lateral on your mat. And we're going to do a little bit of our last minute Vinyasa. Now, this posture, I like to bring out the block because it's very helpful for some people, especially if it's the first couple of times you've ever done it. But even if you're an old pro, the block will center you and help you get your body in the correct alignment to do this. So we're going to start with Malasana. Now, the traditional Malasana starts with your heels together, and then you rise up, hands to heart center, and just hold. Just hold it. Roll your shoulders back, stretch the spine. It's kind of tough at first, just to feel this. And from here, take your feet out wide. Come back down again. Now notice the back of my arms are pushing on the insides of my thigh. I'm not squeezing my elbows on my knees. I'm pushing them out. And as I do, bring my hands to heart center. I'm literally opening up a vice. And if you're as tight as I am these days, it's exactly what it feels like. And as you open, press those hands together. Stretch those knees out. Lift your gaze up towards the ceiling. This will help you elongate your spine. See if you can find your erector spinatus muscles. Those are the muscles that run along your spinal column. Feel it from all the way at the base of your neck, down your back, down towards your tailbone. And just breathe. And then from here, we're going to come into a posture known as crow. Now, the reason why I have the block will become clear. When you come down with your hands on the floor, see, I have a shelf for my legs. I'm not squeezing on my elbows trying to hold myself together. I'm just rolling over on the top of that shelf. Now, I can lift up my toes and use the block to hold me in the air. Sometimes, people will take the block behind them, find that posture, and step on it, just so they can get a little leg up. Now from here, you can stay in that crow, or if you like, you can try an inversion. And that's simply a matter of coming down and then lifting your hips up. Now this is still fairly easy at this point. Now that your hips are up, your body is centered, you can begin to use your core to lift your legs up into the air. Hold it as long as you want. Maybe tuck it back in, shoot your legs back, and come on back down. I love doing that posture for two reasons at the end of Vinyasa. One, it lowers the heart rate because it's hard work. And so as you speed it back up, once you come back down, you can really feel your heart rate going down. Two, whenever you do that posture, even if you don't go upside down, you can't help but smile. It's just a lot of fun. It's like playing. And that's what a lot of yoga is. Playing with your body. Seeing where you can take it. The body that you brought with you today Not your body from last week, not the body from tomorrow, certainly not my body from 3 months ago, which I have to go find now. But the body that we have today, that's the main thing. Exercising this space in the present moment. And so then we come into yin. Now with yin, it is a lot different in terms of your movements, but it is not different in terms of your efforts. I'll show you what I mean. You come down, in the first posture, we'll start to talk about the pillows and the blocks a little bit more. But we're going to get after that spine just a little bit. And so we're going to do yin-yang on the spine. So our first posture is called half saddle. And this is where you are on your knee, just like this. Now the knee is out to the side, leg is stretched forward, and then you walk back. And then you walk back. Now if you have a pillow, you can always walk back on top of it. And then you just open. Now you're going to feel this in your quad for sure, but I want you to take it into your hips, into your back. Let it go. Just a few moments here. Again, we don't have the normal amount of time in yin practice, so we condense these postures into about 2 minutes apiece. And as you do, begin to find ways to quiet the mind. It tends to race when it's under stress, and so using your breath, using space inside your own body. The thing about yin is that we really don't need the lights or mirrors or anything like that, because the journey you take is within. You could close your eyes for most of the yin class, really. What you try to do instead is take that mind's eye and walk through your body. Lift that lantern high. Find those dark spaces that haven't had any light for such a long time. And lift that lantern up and shine that light into that space. Embrace it. And then just let it go. And go to the next space. And the next space. And the next. 2, 1. Slowly release yourself. Come on back up. Take that leg out in front. Now, go ahead and flex a little bit. I like to pedal my legs out back and forth as well. That's always really helpful to get the flow back into my body. And then, make sure that you don't accidentally turn this off. Take the other leg behind you again. Come into it. Now, I've got a hip flexor that's already talking to me in this posture. You don't have to come down on your back. This is fine if this is as far as you can go. And I'm going to work through that. I'm just going to allow it to happen. Take myself back just a little bit. And allow. And allow. And allow. It is the gentle motion of letting your body open up. You can already feel the warmth on your right side returning, and all the fluids in your fascia rejuvenating. All the things you just let go of on that right side. It's almost as if your left side can't wait to feel the same thing. The interconnectedness of all of this becomes so apparent in a yin practice. It is like peeling away the layers, peeling back fixated things so that they can breathe and open up. Again, there's always somebody who will say, but I don't feel anything. And those of us who practice know that we feel everything. there's a place in yin called the edge that we ask you to go to. And as you walk towards the edge, there is some anxiety. Certainly you don't want to fall into an abyss. But the truth is that the edge is not the edge of a cliff. It is just the edge of the light that you put forward. And when you take a step forward, that light does as well. And the edge moves back. And so we continue to walk towards the edge. If we feel pain, we stop. But if we don't, we continue to shine that light forward. For 2, 1. Come on, back up on your elbows. Roll it out back front. Slide that leg out. Pedal out just a little bit. Now from here, we're going to open up a little differently in that we are going to come into caterpillar. Now, there are lots of different ways to do this, and you might actually remember this posture from your hatha class, this Paschimottanasana. But it's a little different, and so if you want to use your bolster or your pillow to lay it out in front of you, some people even will reach for their blocks and place it in front of their feet, and then just go. Now I can tell my leg needs to straighten out, and so this will help me. And then you just lift your chin up and then drop it down. This is all about lengthening the spine first and then feeling that rounding right there at the base. Yin. This exercise routine that we call yoga, that we call yin, is over 5,000 years old. Once there was a tribe known as the Rishi who wandered the deserts, the high Indian plain, all the way up into Mongolia. And this tribe wandered, but as we know, not all of those who wander are lost. The tribe sought enlightenment in a very brutal time, a time much like now, unfortunately. And in that brutality, as they sought enlightenment, they found that whenever they sacrificed their egos, the desire to sacrifice others went away. And so they found this enlightenment. And so in that, they began to meditate for hours and hours at a time. This, of course, sitting in the same position for hours at a time will make you stiff and sore. And so the physical asana was born to complement the spiritual journey. We take our body on a physical journey as well. Just a few more moments. Allow your head to relax. And slowly lift up, lift up, lift all the way up. Now, we have a little bit more fun in the sense that we're going to come down onto our backs. Now, this next pair of postures uses the block, but you can also use a pillow if you don't have a block. If you have a long couch cushion, you can use for a bolster. I'll show you another way that you can do this posture as well. So we start with one called bridge. Again, you can use a pillow instead of the block. And as you come up, lift your legs up into the air. Lift the tailbone up off the floor. Set your sacrum on the block. Now, lots of times, people like to do a little bit of extra exercise and lower their legs slowly. You can do that if you like. What I like to do is drop my heels and pop my knees out. Put the bottom of my feet together and then lower them down. This is a supreme version of bridge. Now, when you have the long bolster, you can use it all along the length of your spine. We'll show you that in the next session. Now, as you lie here, let gravity take over. This is where you will really begin to feel things on a minute level, very deeply, very far down there. The sacrum, again, is a place of constant fixation. And the less that we have in there to curve our spine, the more fixated we get. When we're younger, the spinal curve is very deep. As we get older, we poke our hips back towards us and curl forward. That spinal curve starts to flatten out. That's where the fixation comes from. And so if you want to stay young, keep your spine young and allow it to flex forward and back. You know, when your mama said stand up straight, she didn't mean for you to curl forward and stand up straight. She wanted you to pop that chest out, roll those shoulders back, pop the pelvis forward, and then you can align. Here we go. We take our journey towards the edge of what we know possible, the edge of what we know in front of us. And as we step forward, there are new possibilities in front of us. In the sense of being able to relax into these postures, if you ever wondered about how your body reacts to your emotions, try this. Lie here, and without clenching, without squeezing, try to get angry. Don't squeeze your fists, don't clench your forehead, don't wrinkle your nose, don't clench your teeth, set your jaw, squeeze your abs. Don't do any of that. It's virtually impossible. When your body is in a serene state, you are in a serene state. Conversely, when you are agitated, your body will respond with agitation. So just relax. Let your mind go. As the great martial arts master Bruce Lee says, be water, my friend. Just a few more moments. And roll over, off the block. Now, for those of you who have those long pillows, it's always fun to try to get up from something like that after you've wiped yourself out. They'll have the long pillows. You can actually take it for our next posture and place it all along the length of your back. And then let your head drape over the top. Right? Now, the same thing applies. Your feet come together. Your knees are out long, but this bolster is now all along your spine. What a great feeling that is. If you want to challenge yourself, again, use the block. And then the block is placed between your shoulder blades at whatever height you want. I know some people do this, some people are flat. It just depends on how you're built in between your shoulder blades. Come into it. Same thing again. I like to bring the bottoms of my feet together and let my knees splay out to the side because that opens up my hips as well. And as you lie here in this posture, let me tell you that its official name is very unsexy. It's called supported fish. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm going to change the name of this posture. We're going to call it open heart. Much nicer. There's a reason why we practice yin. Throughout your body, there are channels known as the nadis, N-A-D-I. Now these channels run on the surface of your body, inside your body, deep. Sometimes it even pools up into reservoirs. But they are the canals that send your energy through your body. This is how your chi moves around, your prana. And when we practice yin, what we're doing is we're encouraging that movement by breaking up the fascia, which tends to stop the flow of that chi through all the nadis. And so when we break up that fascia, we open it up, we interconnect our muscles, our connective tissue, our ligaments, our bones, our flesh. Then the flow is restored. Now the nadis, like all canals, have a final destination. The final destination for the nadis is called the sushumna. The sushumna is the central canal that connects all of your chakra. That's right, those spinning wheels of energy within us. Yes, from your root to the sacrum, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Sushumna brings the chi to the chakra. And if the flow is cut off from the sushumna, then the chakra respond. They are either diminished or they overreact. And you are out of balance. And you can feel it. Suddenly you can't talk. Your throat chakra is diminished. You have a burning in your belly. Your manipura is on fire. You don't feel passion. Your heart is cold. All these things. So when we practice yin, we open up and we bring flow back to all those places. For just a few more moments. And then slowly bring your knees together. Slide to one side, come off your block. Take it out from underneath you. And then spin over onto your seat once again. Now, from here, we're going to do a series of stretching postures. Let's start with the bolster if you have one. And this is what I like to do with the big long bolster from this posture. Sometimes people will put it right here and allow for the width of their legs to come out. This is called dragonfly. And then you might just roll that bolster forward and drop your head down. Now, if you have a pillow, same thing applies, right? Come down on the pillow, or if you have a block, come down on the block. The idea is to keep those legs out long and then just walk it forward. Walk it forward, walk it forward. You can feel this in your lower back, stretching out. Feel it right in your hips. Right on the top. Walking your hands out, creep those fingers out, let them go. Slowly let your head drop down and release until now. Come in the other direction after doing bridge, after doing open heart, just allowing for that space, making a little bit more, creeping the fingers forward, pressing your hamstrings into the floor. Just release. Let it go. We'll be here for just a few moments. Feel the stretch, feel the length, and then feel the rebound as everything opens up and warms up. You know that you're safe. You know that you're loved. You know that you are protected. So just let it happen. Now we're going to take a variation. Take your hands, walk them over towards your right ankle. Let's give ourselves a stretch on both sides of the body. Taking the top of your body over the top of your thigh. You can feel this open up in your left hip as well. And down, down, down. Stretch it nice and long. And then let your head drop. Taking a few moments to allow. Feeling all interconnectedness in your body. Somebody once said they felt this on the top of their head. That's how much they were stretching and opening and releasing. And from here, walk yourself across. Feel the weight shift. And move very much, but you can feel all of a sudden something else is going on that side. Yourself forward. Reach forward with your hand. Again, just allow the whole chest to come down on your thigh. Let the weight of your body allow for this opening. A little bit of gravity. A little bit of yang, the sense that you are dropping down. And a little bit of yin, in the sense that you are feeling it all. Yang is the builder. Yin is the naturalist. Yang makes things happen. Yin observes things happening. So observe those things happening. Just a few more moments. Then lock yourself back up. Bring your legs together. Clear yourself some space. And come on down onto the mat. As you come down onto the mat, make yourself as comfortable as possible. You can put pillows underneath your legs. You can put one under your head. Just relax and enjoy as we come into these next few moments of a brief guided meditation. It's important in Yin and in Vinyasa to slow down and listen to your body. Listen to the actual sounds inside your body. You'd be surprised what you can hear. And so, just close your eyes. Let your body relax. You can hear the rushing of the blood in your ears maybe. Feel the beating of your heart in your chest. You can feel the slowly rolling tension releasing in your legs and your arms. Suddenly it's as if you were somewhere else. Suddenly it's as if you were on a beach somewhere, sinking into the soft sand, listening to the waves out in the sea as they roll in and roll out. Maybe it's even nighttime, and as you lie on the beach, you can look up at all the stars, billions and billions of stars, all looking down at you as you look up at them. And you can still hear the waves rolling in and rolling out, rolling in and rolling out. You can smell the sea air and feel the sea breeze as it moves a tossle of hair from one side of your forehead to the other, and it tickles. And still, the waves roll in and roll out. You can feel those waves now at your feet, the foam gently massaging your toes and your ankles as it runs up the back of your calves. rolls back out again, and this rolls back in. It comes up around your shoulders and your arms. Begin to float imperceptibly off the sand. And rolls back out again. And as it rolls back in again, it lifts you up. Your hair streaming out the side of your head like the rays of the sun. And as the wave rolls back out, you roll back out. And back in again. And back out. And back in again. Until you are out to sea. Until you realize you have become the waves. And the further out into the sea, you realize you have become the sea, covering this little blue ball with your life-giving goodness and grace. It is said that enlightenment is when a wave realizes it's the ocean. I am blessed. I get to do this. I get to share this beautiful practice with some of the most amazing yogis on this planet. You. I am blessed. Once I asked a question and you were the answer. And now I have purpose. And I am blessed. I hope you have a beautiful day today. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And that you feel hope, compassion, and love instead of desperation and anger and fear. Love is the only thing that's real. It's what keeps us here at Bliss. Not just the building, but that state of being. The 8th limb of yoga. Samadhi. Bliss. To all of our yogis, wherever you are, we will see you soon. We miss you so much, and our arms will be open to your return soon. Namaste, my friends.